how are you on this fine Wednesday morning? You know what day it is. It's Runecasting Wednesday, which means that we focus on the runes today. And, of course, I am mixing Viking Oracle with Runes of the Gods Oracle, and still keeping with this nice little mat right here, which you can find many mats like this. If you're a tarot reader, there are tarot specific mats. If you use pendulums, which I have one, there are also pendulum mats. There are mats like this, and you can even get custom work done. That's all at Magic in Your Living Room in the description down below. Be sure to check out Wendy's many different designs. She does them all herself. It is a two-person operation, and it is absolutely wonderful. I went ahead and ironed this out today because it was a little wrinkled. I fixed the little problem with it. It's now fine. It works, and I think we're going to use it again for today. Anyway, getting right down into it, I'm going to draw a significator card here. Let's see. I will also draw a guide. We haven't really had that going on, have we? And then, of course, I'm going to draw the three runes and put them in place, one right after the other. So this is our current situation. The action we need to take, and then what will that outcome look like? Okay, so would you like a personal rune reading? You can have one of those. All you have to do is bring a friend, have them subscribe, have them name you. You must also be a subscriber, and you can choose from any type of reading you want. Each one of you will get a free reading, by the way. If you would like a full-scale tarot, oracle, and rune reading, I will do that. If you just want the runes, we can do that. If you just want tarot, we can also do that. If you don't have a friend to bring along, simply go into my Amazon wish list, throw me a little something from there. Doesn't have to be any more than about 35 bucks. You can send me a $10 book, and you will still get the same thing. You get 2 private readings. Those are questions of your choice to be redeemed at any time, and a 3rd reading, full scale, on your birthday. So, be sure to spread the word. That's the way to get the freebies, right? Nothing wrong with free, or I wouldn't have offered it. Anyway, starting with the significator, it's who we are today. And we have none other than the thing, or the all thing, where we have to come across the aisle. 2 people that we normally would not agree with, and possibly work with others today. Really, the thing was a gathering. It was almost a little bit like Congress, if Congress actually worked. They discussed laws. They, how can I put this? They made new ones, ditched old ones, modified and adapted existing laws, that sort of thing. That's what the all thing actually was. Sort of like a parliament, if you will. And our guide for today is none other than the halls. So I'm seeing some sacrifice here. But what is it we're giving up for something a little greater than ourselves? Note I'm not using the greater good, the collective, or anything like that. Just working with each other today. It is going to force us to have to give up a little bit of something, a little bit of ground, a little bit of compromise. Now, there is greater reward on the other side of that sacrifice, because the halls were Sessrumnir and Valhall respectively, run by Freya and Odin respectively. And those were great rewards for warriors whose lives were sacrificed in battle to a greater cause. So let's look at our situation. What is that looking like? We do have Fehu. We have wealth. We have abundance. We have fertility. We still have very fertile grounds. Have you looked at crypto today, for example? Crypto has been doing very well. A lot of green in that across that board today, isn't it? So if you're invested in crypto, you know you're enjoying some time. If you're holding on to things like crypto, this is a good sign that you're on the right track. Anything else? Some of us have gotten raises at work. Some of us are doing pretty well. So now, let's see what the action is. The action that we need to take today would be Ingvaz. Note that it says there is masculine, there's fertility, but there's also unity. Kind of pointing at the thing card, that coming together of sorts. But this is a new beginning for us. We have some stability. We're also committed to peace. That is never a bad thing. I'm loving that. And the outcome. I kind of figured this would come up. Hagelianism, which is a disruption. This is, it can be a disruption, it can be a warning. But with Hegelianism, we are experiencing change, a little bit of emotional distress here because, well, it's that uncertainty. Remember, Hegelianism was in the Viking Oracle is also sort of portrayed by that warrior with the big sword, and he looks bad. And I've told you time and again, he only looks that way, right? It'll take a lot of courage. It'll take a lot of conviction, and fortunately, anyone coming to this channel, I think, has it. They have it in spades. But this is the thing. Don't overextend your energies too much. Difficulties require major change, but that'll pass. Hardship can be endured. Resilience is necessary. Just don't get distracted by drama. And that's what this is. So far, so good, really. But that's the thing. That's the thing about the thing. We always tend to get distracted by drama, don't we? And we're really focusing on what's going on here today because we have everything we need. We are about reaching across and making that peace, but we always get distracted by this drama. Remember that there are people out there pushing messages. They're pushing those messages, whether they're factual or not, and they're repeating them. Whether they're factual or not, they don't care about fact. What they care about is wearing you down, blackpilling you, if you will, and that is the absolute worst thing you can do, is giving into that apathy. So please don't get distracted, don't give into the apathy. Hold on to what you have. Hold what you've got. You've got what it takes to make this possible, that unity. And also, I definitely see within Fehu also allows us to be generous. So do be a little generous. Now, this does not always mean money, ladies and gentlemen. This also tends to mean whatever knowledge that you have. If you know something someone doesn't, be sure to share it, but stand very strong in your truth. Don't back down. Sometimes compromise is necessary, and I will give you that. But remember, as when Scotty pops up, it's usually a sign that, yes, compromise may be necessary, but, don't overdo it. Don't change who you are for someone else, or don't give into someone else's fear for their comfort level. That is goofy. That is insane and it is stupid. Do not do it. Instead, you are able to be reasonable to an extent. Be reasonable to that extent, and past that, you're good, okay? But don't let this disruption, that's what this is. This is trying to be the disruption in your life. Don't let it. And the fact of the matter is, when it comes to Haggalas, it can even serve as a warning. You can see the warning signs popping up. And guess what? You may not be able to control how this person, and I do see people behind it, you may not be able to control how this person conducts themselves, but you can control the way you respond to it. Respond rather than react. And that's what I see today. You are going to be giving a little ground. The others in your life will also have to give a little ground. You will have to meet in the middle. But if the others will not meet in the middle, you have every right to respond in a way that's reasonable. That is everything I have for you today. The one thing I love about these readings is that these readings can be a little short. They don't have to be very long. Anyway, I hope this message resonated with you. And this is the only problem with these readings is I have tea right here ready to go, and I hardly ever have any with you on these readings. We have such little time together, don't we? Well, I'm having some with you now. So, who knows? Once I close out, maybe a post-credit scene? I don't know. By the way, there were people who watched the editing goof on Monday's video, hoping for something and never got anything. For that, I sincerely apologize. That was not my intention. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you're out there to be the diplomat today. The ambassador, if you will. And I hope that whatever diplomacy you're serving today brings great fortune to you and everyone around you. I love you all. Always do what lights you up. Take care of yourselves and each other. And as always, shine on. Okay, so yeah, post-credit scene. I decided to do one just for the heck of it. You know, after I get done with all this, I gotta go pick up a few groceries. Thankfully, not as many as I normally need. Hopefully the shopping trip isn't too expensive. We're always kind of hoping for that, aren't we? Take down the wall. Here we are. By the way, I do get people asking what the purpose of this and the 4 stones are. Those 4 stones are black tourmaline. Of course, this is a wand to direct energy. And with that, I do a protective barrier and tends to repel negativity. You know, think of this as the ring, those are the ropes, and yes, I'm aware that the mat's only way inside, but that's okay. Or think of this as the ring, this is the outside part, and those protect the audience who are sitting outside. Anyway, went out and voted yesterday, as I told you I would. man, this race is close. My guy is not even in, the one I voted for is not even in that picture, so let's not worry about it. But I also decided to go out and pick up some movies, and I found this one. I found that. This is the Satanic Rites of Dracula, which is a 1973 Hammer horror film with Christopher Lee in the role of Dracula. And here's the plot. And I actually already had this movie, but I've never seen it in a case quite like this. So I decided to pick it up. It was only like $3, so I was like, why not? So, London in the 1970s, Scotland Yard police investigators think they have uncovered a case of vampirism. They call an expert vampire researcher named Van Helsing, an ancestor of the great vampire hunter himself no less, to help them put a stop to these hideous crimes. It becomes apparent that the culprit is Count Dracula himself, disguised as a reclusive property developer, but secretly plotting to unleash a fatal virus upon the world. A virus. And it has Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing in the starring roles. Oddly enough, this is one of my favorite Hammer horror films. And I really kind of like the packaging. Probably should have stopped in before Halloween. But, oh yeah, I actually managed to fix this little problem. This little seam was kind of coming undone, so I just Gorilla Glued the crap out of it. And it's nice and stuck together now. No problems there. Okay, we're just gonna kind of neatly fold this as best we can. There we are. Yeah. Because this has to go back in my box. This is going to be my tarot mat. The problem is when you're getting it folded, it kind of gets folded up a little tight. Or rolled in this case. There we go. Tuck that in there just very nice. There we go. And then zip it all back together. By the way, if you ever spot me and you see me carrying this box and you want a reading done, if there's a suitable surface, I'll break down and do one. You know, I'll do one live. Ooh, yeah, I gotta put the rest of these cards away, don't I? Yeah, this is the kind of thing I do. I just tend to forget things. I think yesterday I'd completely forgotten to take the photo for the preview. By the way, the preview is what I send out over Twitter and all. Oh, snap. Twitter and my other social media. There we go. Yeah, I'll start checking this box checking these boxes a little more thoroughly. There were actually 2 rune cards in here I completely missed. But anyway, I think the reading we got for today was good. I think it makes a lot of sense. I had a feeling Hegelianism was going to come up today. That little bit of conflict is always there. But it's always in how you solve it, isn't it? Just ask Dr. Van Helsing. Anyway, getting out of here. Go, the reading's over. Bye.